I'm refreshing. It's there.
All right. Welcome, everybody. We're going to do a quick audio check
I'm
to see we're good.
refreshing. Yep, it's there.
All right. Yep, we got audio.
Yep,
All right.
we got audio.
Sweet. All right. Thank you for all those here today. I do appreciate it. For those who are watching the VOD or those who can check us out during the live streams, we usually do every Friday at 5 o'clock Central Standard Time here at the Bearthought channel. And be sure to let us know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments down below. Be sure to hit the like button if you like this podcast and hit the subscribe button. Be share it with all the people you know. I would appreciate it. We're closer to 200 every day. But I know a lot of people that come here also come here, not just for me, but they also come here for the glorious and glorious Corvo Ninja. Your head's getting longer and longer, isn't it? How long you gonna let it grow out?
Huh?
How long you gonna let it grow out?
I don't know, man. Every time I think I'm gonna trim it, I'm like, nah, it ain't long enough.
Yeah, like it feels like it's like I remember like it was like up here.
Listen, I'm trying to make up the dynamic here. You know, you got the no hair and I got the all hair.
Yes.
You got all the beard and I got the little goatee. We got a dynamic going.
Oh man, you showed me that picture of you when you were younger, and I still can't believe that was you. Like that picture looks so not like you.
Hang on. Let me see if I got that picture later out here.
Yeah. Y'all see a picture of this man, you would not believe that this man is now he's like a Pokemon. He literally evolved into adult and went from I don't know what the fuck to what you see now, and I'm like, that's not you. That's not fucking you. There's no way. Most people, if I show a picture of me 125 pounds, they'd be like, oh hell, that's not you. Yeah, I was skinny at one time. That's the only time in my life I was ever below 158 pounds.
I'm in bad camp.
Okay, so this week we have a bit of a conversation to go with you, but while Corvo is looking for that, I have a couple talking points. I know we don't do talking points, but these are we might diverge because that's how we usually go. Twitch is sort of about bringing back people that have been permanently banned. The child and safety telling Twitch to stop ASMR because of sexuality and minors seeing it. And we have a few topic pieces from Corvo, the 3D print that his son bought for me, and a recovery software to recover your lost data on a dead hard drive. That one I'm interested in just because I would like to, think that anything ever breaks on me, I can recover it, which I've had in the past break on me, and I couldn't do shit. So it does suck, but it is sometimes.
I do not see the pictures at hand right now. Just give me a few minutes.
I'm assuming your wife, the disembodied, is out and about with the kids.
I think she's in another room doing some other things right now.
That's surprising.
I don't see the pictures right now. However, I did come across something I was been meaning to show you that a lady at work did for me as like a swap.
Oh, a
for
swap. Okay.
Yeah, you know, like 3D print craft for different type of craft.
Yeah.
So, real quick, you know how we were really heavy into Destiny back in the day.
Oh yeah, huge into.
So, she did me some patches.
Oh, sick.
For Destiny.
Mm-hmm.
That you'll get a kick out of.
Did she have a patch machine? Or did you buy
hats?
Okay.
No. She has an embroidery machine.
Oh, I want one of those. But they're so expensive. They are so expensive.
And so she did those. And for Ethan, or should I say Sub-Zero, because the way he loves his blue.
I think I should get a good bit of detail with that stuff too, isn't it?
Yeah, she's good. She's even got an engraver. She's also the person that bought my small resin printer.
Oh, okay. So she's a multi-talented hobbyist.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. She's working on a patch of the Traveler for me at some point. But anyway, I seen those when I was looking for the pictures. I thought you'd like to see them. All right, let's talk about your first point here.
Well, I'm about to say, like, since we just talked about hobbies, I was just say, what's going on with the 3D printer? I'm kind of curious about that one, honestly.
So we got the 3D printer from you.
Uh-huh.
And as you said, there was a few things that needed to be tweaked on it.
Yes.
And Soren did some work, earned some money. So with his money, he bought some parts. So the issue we were having when we first got it home was it would start feeding filament, and then it would just stop. It'd stop feeding the filament. The machine was running. It was still hot, but there was no filament coming through.
You got the power on? I was having the power turning it on. I thought we needed new batteries.
it's I've never had a problem with it coming on.
Okay, well then I just must have done something wrong with that part.
Anyway, but it would run for a little bit, and then it would stop putting out filament.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't because the nozzle wasn't hot, it wasn't because the bed wasn't warm. It just stopped. What I come across was the nozzle would get a little clogged.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason it would get a little clogged is because the extruder gear would start skipping. It wasn't gripping the filament enough to pull it through, but it gripped it enough to pull some filament off into the teeth,
Oh, so
it becomes
slick.
So it becomes slick.
Mm-hmm.
So we bought him a dual extruder gear top for that thing.
Ooh, I wanted one of those too.
We put it on there.
Uh-huh.
I finally got it leveled and stuff right for him. I think it was last night. He printed the first leg for his raised legs for it last night.
Okay.
So and it come out immaculately.
So he's already doing what we all done. Start printing out parts to improve the printer.
I made a list of parts that both you and I know makes the printer better. The raised legs are nice because then you can slide the box underneath it and it's not sitting to the side of it.
Yep.
A filament guide is nice because it keeps it in that arc coming in. New adjustment knobs because the ones you had been worn a little from you using it,
Yeah, they were old. They were like the first prints I've done too, so they were.
There was something else. Oh, the card reader upgrade. So I don't know if you ever did this, but somebody has a model out there. You print out this bracket that will literally bolt to the side of your control box, and if you have the little ribbon that'll plug in where the SD card is, it basically extends that port in a flexible ribbon where you can turn it up facing straight forward towards you.
No, I've never heard of that.
Yeah. So I have the ribbon. So he's going to print one of those, and we're going to change it where his port's facing straight forward instead of you trying to do that little side clicky shit, bullshit. Come out. Yeah, we're going to fix that. But yes, he has a list of parts he's going to print, and here's what's even better. I had a nice crimson colored filament, and crimson obviously loves red.
Yes.
So, and those dual extruder tops are a crimson red.
Yeah.
Unbeknownst to me, that color matches that filament perfectly.
That's good.
So all of his parts are going to roll out. It's going to be black with crimson parts all over it.
Yeah, my first prints was a legs for it, but I wanted legs that would dampen the vibration. So that's what I got. I wanted to have a better retention on the belts because belts over time can start loosing. So you belt tensioners, but I don't know if I didn't know if I did front and side for that one or if I just did front because I never got around doing the side. And I wanted it to have I wanted it to be a top fed. I didn't want it to be a bottom, like a side feed, like it originally was gonna be. Because the bolts for the top for the filament was on top of the box.
Right.
I'm like, I don't like that.
I don't either. I didn't like it either when I got my first one.
I wanted mine to become straight down, but then I found out you can kind of just put it up there with the original arm. But I printed off so many different variations, and I wanted a place to put all my tools. All the little racks.
The little tool rack thing is great, but I would love for you if you find that model. Send it to me so I can print it to him and print it so you can print it in red. I also found a top mount fits on that top bar at the very top, dual LED strip holder, so that you can have light.
Better light, yes.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm glad he got
So,
his first print off. I'm glad
yeah,
it came out good. I never had much problem with it. It's just like just keeping that thing upkeep was just always a thing, and I fell in love with resin. But yeah, I think I could probably find that model. I have a lot of the models that I printed back then still saved to my Thingiverse. Which, if everybody's wondering, yes, there are free files out there. But me and this man, we like to go get the fancy ones, and we like to bargain shop.
resin has made us fancy people.
Yeah, because like when I first started 3D printing, I would not put any money into buying models. Like why would
No,
I do that? But nowadays it's like the model makers out of the woodworks just come out of nowhere, going, you know what? We're good at making models, so we're gonna start charging. And then I went, okay, I can't afford you, but maybe you're gonna discount.
yeah, I can't wait until we do that $20 thing again because I rate in the models off of that. But
Oh,
anyway, yeah, he's excited.
mm-hmm.
Um, now Sub Zero has put into want to own my original printer.
The kids are getting involved. That's good.
Now there's a few parts that need to be fixed on it.
Yeah.
I told him when he has the allowance money saved up to buy the parts and we get it running, then he can have it.
Okay, that's cool.
He's
That's
all
cool.
he's a step ahead of his brother though, because I already printed legs and shit for that one when I
Well,
had it.
if anybody wants 2 resin printers, I still have 2 available because no one's bought them.
Nobody's bought them.
No one's bought them.
Shit. Okay.
Anyways, so speaking of kids, let's get to one of my topic pieces here. This is the video I did, which a video has gotten around. Let me just give you like an estimate. This was like one of my biggest videos of lately, and I wanted to get your thoughts on his opinions. It has around almost 400 views on it. Has a 100% like ratio, which I appreciate that for those who've watched the video. I called it Twitch ends or will end ASMR. It's just a clickbait title, so just don't get here. But okay. So I want to get your thoughts on it.
Yep.
A child safety governmental official group has contacted Twitch and told them to end ASMR essentially because the overly sexualization on Twitch, and somehow kids and minors are watching this. Now, some people will say that ASMR is not a sexual thing. How did you know? How did you when you first heard about ASMR? How did you hear about it? It's curiosity.
I heard about it because we were talking about sexual conduct.
Okay, so this was like a Twitch thing, right? Me and you talked about
Right.
it. Okay.
No, no, no. I mean, I heard about ASMR the first time while talking with people about sexual conduct.
Mm, mm. You remember like me? You remember like back in the 90s there used to be these phone calls you could do to ladies and they will talk to you and make sounds
Yeah.
and those girls, that's how I knew about ASMR. That's how I knew of ASMR cuz it was pretty much essentially phone course enter.
Yeah.
But it was it's all audio, right? It was all audio and the imaginations and sounds and being put into your
Somebody's
ear.
grandma on the other end that was retired making really high pitched young noises to make you think they were young, and you made all kind of imaginary things in your head.
Yeah. So and of course I looked into what ASMR was, and I my research has showed me that it was predicated off of the act of arousal.
Yes.
So my thoughts has always been slated. This is not meant for kids.
Agreed.
And this is primarily entertainment wise a audio entertainment enjoyer, right?
I would consider it an adult audio experience.
Okay. So once that goes outside of the realm of just audio and you start getting visual too, let's say girls that are more cancely cladded in armor that you might think that anything could take her out. In clothing that you might not need very much of imagination to see what's restless there. I don't think it's ASMR anymore.
Now that becomes a whole different thing. That to me hits that cosplay voyeur
Mm-hmm.
area, because now you're taking fictional imaginated characters and making them real life the way people would imagine them to be scantily clad.
Yes. Okay. So, and then the last premise I'm gonna throw your way, and I want you to get your full thoughts on this. So try to accumulate what's your thoughts on about them taking it down or maybe taking it down, and whether or not you think it's a good idea or not. The last part is Twitch is a visual website. You go there to
Yes.
watch streamers. The word
Right.
is watch, not listen. You're
Right.
watching streamers. So
Right.
why do we have a category in Twitch that's meant for audio?
That was them making money off of a
Yes.
field.
So it's
I mean, that was just them going, "Hey, if we put this category in there, we can make more money."
but it's all predicated off of what? How would you make the money? By
Watching it.
watching it. And what you're watching is not ASMR, it's pretty much girls, the majority, not the minority, the majority of girls in scantily clad clothes is doing things to microphones that you should never do in the first place. But that's my opinion. So, okay, so what is your thoughts? Do you think ASMR should be a removed category, and whether or not?
This is the way I look at it. Should children be allowed to view it? Hell no.
Mm,
Okay? No. If I catch my boys watching something like that, we're not going to talk about what may come after. Okay?
mhm,
No. They shouldn't be able to see it and they shouldn't be able to hear it. However, I also understand that it is a source of adult entertainment
mhm,
that is legal for adults to consume and people to make a living off of it.
mhm.
So, if you're going to do that, you have to put some kind of precautions in place where children can't have access. Now, the problem with that is the same problem we got right now. Children can lie when they create an account. You
Yeah.
could be 10 and tell someone you're 22 when you create an account.
Mhm.
Okay? What that falls back on is two things. One, there is no surefire way to guarantee the person that is clicking a button is that age.
Yeah, just say yes.
You know, there also is the issue of okay, why are the children able to lie? Well, there's two things there. One, we can't verify through technology how old you are, at least not consumer grade. I'm sure the government could probably tell you how old everybody is that has a cell phone,
Yeah.
but we do not have the ability as the public sector to be able to say when a child logs into a website or creates an account how old they are for sure. We
Mhm.
don't. Okay. There's that problem. The other problem is that the only way they can accurately lie is if nobody knows what they're doing. And if
Mhm.
nobody knows what they're doing, that means they're not being watched carefully.
Yes.
That could be the fault of any number of people.
Mhm.
You can have the best parents in the world and they watch you all the time when you're at home, but as soon as you're out of the house playing with your friends, you could do any damn thing you want to. It's the world at large is not paying close enough attention.
Yes.
So that being said, you're in a pickle. You can't go and say, okay, well, the way we're going to screen kids is we're going to make this site specifically only for adults because there's no way to do that. They're going to
Mhm.
lie. They're going to create accounts. They're still going to see it. So you
Yes.
can't even separate it and be successful. And
Yeah.
at the same time, if you do that, there are people in the world that make a living doing that. If they can't do it, then they're screwed.
Mhm.
And I'm not talking about in the fun way, you know. So as a society, we're in a pickle. We've gotten to the point where we can't guarantee children can't see it, and we also can't guarantee that someone can make a living at it without repercussions.
Yeah. So my thoughts are, it's either all or nothing. and in some
Yeah.
regards, because either you allow for it or you don't. Either you get rid of
Agreed.
it or you keep it. And if you
Right.
keep it, well, what's the consequences of keeping it?
Yep. Yep. Absolutely.
So I'm in a mind that while Twitch is a pretty big place to find audiences, I would say it's not the biggest. YouTube's far superior. But there is other places that these streamers, these individuals, male or female, that are doing it in a certain act can go to. The problem is those websites are in that category or in that situation where you have to be 18 or older and have some way of either proving it or verifying or something like that. And I'm like, why can't they not just go there and do that? Why can't they just go
Well,
to
the
those
problem
websites?
is even if you go to that site, you can still lie and create an account.
Yes. So at this point, they're just going to an account. They're like, oh, they're gonna lie anyways. But let's just go where the biggest fishes are. The biggest group of them are. And let's say, kid comes up to you and all you see him is watching Ninja all day, every day, right? Ninja's just one of the biggest known name streamers on Twitch, or at least was, and all the kids used to watch him. But like parents only saw this kid ever watching Ninja. Well, now this kid's going, mommy, give me some money. I want to subscribe to my favorite streamer. And come to find out, little Timmy or little Johnny's moved away from Ninja to now big bitty chesticle mommy on the ASMR category, and now she or he is unknowingly supporting this streamer with this other large group of let's be honest, probably some very lonely men listening and watching some women that are honestly probably not interested in ASMR at all, but they're for the visual entertainment of this person doing these acts in front of this camera.
Oh yeah, I have one more topic later. It just popped in my head. I'll tell you about it in a minute.
Okay, remember it. So my thoughts is that even though they can lie other places, the community is too large and too easily vulnerable with such large mass.
But that's everything, though. It's everything now. I mean, everything's vulnerable. Anybody can lie and create an account.
So it's either one of the, like I say, it's either R or nothing. And if it's been found to be true, somebody got to take it one for the team and go, okay, well, we got to stop it, because, and then of course that'll bite on everybody else too. Like, right, then eyes will be on everything else too. Like, if one thing's not allowed, then all the other things that are similar cannot be allowed. If
Right.
ASMR goes down, that goes a large portion of just chatters, because a lot of girls are on there too. A large portion of the jacuzzi streamer women, they would be gone. ASMR would be gone. Anything that would be sorted, they would move right back into video gaming. Because I know when I first started streaming, there's a lot of girls that are playing video games that would openly admit they didn't give a dang about the video game at all. They have a like literally like this small of a window of them of the game, and the rest of them would be them wearing barely any clothes. And that was a huge uproar in the community. Like, the girl's not even playing a video game. You can't even see the dang thing. All you can see is her chest.
Right.
And then they were dropping, turn around, dropping down to dropping down to their knees and bending over from the camera and doing all these lewdly clouded things, all things that may be inappropriate. But it's just, can there ever be an equilibrium? No, not in my opinion. I don't think there will ever be.
Not right now.
No.
Not where we are currently.
Can there ever be a fair and thing? No. Was it always this bad? No. It used to be like, at first it was just video gamers, just a bunch of people playing video games, and then people started seeing ways of earning money, right? When people started earning money, well, what could I bring to the table that's different from everybody else? Well, I'm hot, so I'm gonna bring that.
Right.
And
work with what you got, right?
Yeah. So
that's what they're doing. The problem is that now it's so easy to connect to those things that we don't necessarily want people to connect to. That, I mean, we've literally created a situation where there's not much we can do about it. Okay, so we kick all those people off of Twitch. They're gonna go somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
Then somebody's gonna go there, and they're gonna lie to make an account to go there.
Yes.
And if they kick them off of there, they're going to go somewhere else, and you're just going to bounce around forever
And I don't.
until they find a way to 100% verify a person's age before they allow them into a site.
Yeah, I don't know how YouTube done so well with it because YouTube is way bigger than Twitch. Like, not even close. But the majority of things that people actually entertain on YouTube, while there is some sexual stuff on YouTube, they're not like the upper echelon of video entertainment on YouTube.
Because they shut down most shit that does not go along with their original TOS.
Mm-hmm.
They don't tolerate the shit. And that's why, while like you said, there may be a few on there that get away with it. It's not like it is on Twitch. It's not like it is on some of the others, and that's because they say, "Oh, you're doing this shit." No, you're not.
Yeah, I if that's the case, the Twitch can just do that. But somebody will try to skeet the corner, going, "Well, it's a little leeway on this side. You know, I can scoot around this rule a little bit, and then they'll find a new way of skirting the rules."
Right. The difference is though is YouTube. If you skirt the corner on them, they just shut your ass down.
Mm-hmm.
There ain't no skirting the corner then because you can't get in. They ain't shit for you to do.
Yeah, permanently ban your account. One of the rules on YouTube is if your account, one of your accounts is permanently banned, you cannot make a second one and make a new account and start all over again. Like that's you're done. Like you're literally done from making any more content on YouTube ever.
Right.
And I think
Right.
that is a harsh rule because can be misused, but it's a rule that is warranted.
It's one of the reasons why they don't have as much bullshit as the others do, though.
Mm,
It's because people know if you fuck up, there's real consequences. You will not come back.
All right, so let's jump into your topic because you had in your head. You still remember, right?
Yeah, keep talking for a minute. I gotta grab something because it pertains to something that we had a discussion about.
Okay. So yeah, but let me know what your thoughts down below. Do you have any kids that are maybe on Twitch? Let them know what they can be. Be sure to be watching what they're watching. I've done told people that they go to my channel. Their young age. I am their parental parents. I ain't gonna be trying to censor myself for kids. I'm just gonna stream, and if the kids are watching it and you don't allow them to watch my kind of content, that's not on me. I'm not gonna censor myself or bring down my topic pieces for anybody. I never said I was meant for kids, but if the kids watch and the parents don't care, they don't mind, I'm gonna just keep on going, doing my thing. And I know I've had people in the past say I shouldn't be that way with kids are around. I can't help what I say because I am being the most me as I am, and I don't like walking on pins and needles. I am very much a vocal person. So yeah, watch what your kids watch and pay attention to them. Get involved with your kids. They might get some stuff that you never know about. And I would say when I was younger, I was no better. I was no better. I found ways. I would say my mom, she was here, she could testify. All right. Okay.
Okay, I can't find it right this second, but I'm gonna see if I can look it up online and send it to you. I bought a starter campaign
Start a campaign.
for what we were talking about the other day.
Oh yes, I'm so ready for this. Oh, I gotta make a character though. That's the only part I don't like doing it because it's so tedious. I wish there was an easy way to make a character.
If you think that's bad, imagine being me. I'm the DM. I got to figure out this
I
whole
know
damn
we
campaign.
just I don't know who said your name, but like volunteered you real quick. I'm like, yes, him, not me. I cannot. I'm dyslexic.
I was like, wait, what just happened? Oh shit!
I was still thinking Baldur's Gate was gonna be easier, honestly, but not my place to say what can or cannot do. Yeah, it's okay. So,
let me see.
I don't think about here really is going to be very, very much into it. So, me and my mod community had got together this past week or so to talk to a couple of the mods and settle some few things. And while we were talking about some of these things, Corvo brought up the great idea of us doing a kind of like a mod
get together of some
get
kind.
together slash cooperation slash get to know each other a little bit better. And I've been streaming for over 7 years. For my mods, I love you. I really do love you guys. You're great. but we don't really know as much about each other as we thought we did, and we wanted to maybe shed some light on that and maybe get to know each other a little bit better. So somebody brought up the idea, let's do a campaign, and a certain campaign that I've already started one. I'm about to start another one, and I'm barely into the weeds on Pathfinder. And now we're about to start D&D, which this
Yeah.
guy will be our GM.
All right. So
Or the DM.
this is the set that I got.
All right.
It's a starter set. The reason I got a starter set is because I know Leo hadn't played a whole lot, and Stealthy hasn't played at all. And I know that I couldn't remember if you had played or how long you had played, or if this was your first campaign you're doing currently with your new set, whatever. So since most of us were newbies and or rusty, I thought a starter campaign would be good. So because it does a couple of things, it gives us some maps that we can throw down on the table, like for me and Stealthy here.
Yeah.
Without having to build a bunch of crap. It gives us some character creation sheets so she can create her character. Gives me a DM book to help remind me some of the things I may have forgotten about being a DM.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. So I went by and picked up, I believe it's this set. And it even come with dice and all that good stuff. Rule book, all that crap. So that we can all study up, the newbies can study up and shit, and the old timers can get refreshed. It's gonna be interesting for sure. And you wouldn't believe what I got this set for.
Well, I see where you got it for here. So
yeah, I got it. I didn't pay that much for it.
Which isn't really like for this price. It isn't for all that. Not bad.
Nah, I got it for 25.
25? Okay, so about like $5.
Okay, so it has the 64-page rule book that teaches you how to create characters level 1 to 6. It's got the Dragon of Ice Peak and introductory adventure for us to do. Double-sided poster map, has 6 character blank sheets for people to create characters, has 11 polyhedral dice, and 81 cards describing magic items, sidekicks, and more. And it has the D&D digital copy of Beyond for us if we want to pop it in our phones. So in case, we just in one of those days we don't want to drag every damn thing out, we can just run it from our phone.
Yeah.
So I thought it was a pretty good deal for what I paid for it, and for the first time we're going to try to do this. I meant to post it in the group that we were in, but I haven't had time, and it just popped in my head while we were talking just now. But I think it's gonna, I think it's going to be a fantastically funny thing that we are about to attempt to do, because when you think about all the different personalities that are going to show up for this campaign, it is going to be funny.
All right, so for those who are maybe not used to D&D for whatever reason, you've been living underneath a rock. D&D has been blowing up for the past, I would say, around 7 years or so. A certain group have kind of like remission this game. Now this game has been going on for a long time. D&D is on edition number 5 right now, or I think it's just 5E, so 5 edition or 5th edition. And this game has been resurging since that campaign with a very known Twitch channel. So everybody's kind of getting into it again. When I was younger, it was definitely under the eyes askew of satanic, demonic. It was shunned, belittled, and looked upon as this devilish game that people would play, and parents were very much against it. Now, also another TV show, I know a TV show on Netflix especially, also brought the game in resurgence. So it was a double wave of different medias showing out that this game can be fun to play. And it's not this evil, demonic thing that everybody was led to believe because there are evil creatures that are demons, and there is another faction that are very close to it, devils. And apparently there's a difference, and I don't really understand it.
There is a difference. Yes, there is.
So yeah, you can go there and you can kill them because why? They're bad. They're pure evil. There's no chaotic good. There's just chaotic. And so it's one of those things that it's all in the mind, but it can be done on a board with figurines and characters and models. And if you have like a homebrew, everybody gets together in one place, or you can be purely played up here and your GM will imagine it. Now, I know because I looked this up. GMs, like in that book, will be good, but a monster manual, a GM manual, player handbook, like it can get really big if you really get into D&D. And if you're the GM, you're gonna be, unless everybody else is like, give me a little money here and there, which I'll throw some money your way if you need to, over time. But you can get really caught in the weeds in this game. But it's a game that once you start playing it, you can play it as many times as you want to because the imagination is limitless.
Yes, your GM, the ability for your GM to use his imagination, it could be the same campaign, but it won't always come out the same.
No.
Let's be honest, we all know that dice like to bend us all over the table. Because you need that 20 and you get that 2. And you're like, shit.
Yeah, and then the people, some GMs play different rules. Like let me give everybody here an example. There's a 20 on the dice, which is like high success rate. You're guaranteed to hit the creature or do the thing that you're saying you want to do. Or they call it a nat 1, which is just a 1. Now there's different versions of ones. Some GMs going, if you hit 1, well, you failed. It didn't work at all, and you're a little bit embarrassed. Some GMs go, oh, you hit 1? All right, let me see if you killed yourself. And they'll go through some way of finding out whether or not what you just did will end your character's life because you just did so much damage to yourself. Which is literally have been some campaigns, people jumping off mountains and going, oh, I'll just shapeshift, which is turning themselves into like a flight bird or something like that. And they shapeshift into a fish and then hit the bottom of the water or hit the water thinking it'll be like a splash. No, water's a solid when you hit it at a certain speed, and you just kill themselves. Like, right there.
End of your campaign.
Yeah.
unless you got one hell of a cleric to res your ass.
Yeah, and then
you better hope he rolls right.
Yeah, rolls right, and then, of course, gets down to you in a nick of time. Because some GMs going, once you jump off something, it within the next roll, you're going to hit the ground. Some GMs are nice. They go, all right, how long does it take you to hit the ground? Well, you're about 500 feet. That's about 5 rounds, 100 feet per round. And they might be a little nice to give you a couple of times to retry your little shape shifts. And some of them like, nope, you jump off. Next round, you're hitting the ground.
And just think, you got me for a GM.
Yeah, so he gets a rule. He gets to dictate what is and is not allowed in this game. The GM I'm playing with is like, hey, you hit a fail. Don't worry, just a fail. You don't like hurt yourself or catch on fire or die. And then if you have a crit, you can either just do you hit them hard, or it can be a crit succeed, which you'll say, for instance, you jump on one pole, right? Well, you did a crit while jumping on one pole. Well, then you just skipped over the next one because you critted. So you jump 2 poles. Let's say you're trying to traverse
traverse a area, a ravine or something like that. Yeah.
So you're trying to pop to be a little bit faster. It's a way of playing either you succeed or you succeed with a bonus. And if you fail, well, you just fell, or you fell with a bonus. And he gets to choose what happens to us in that game. And of course, we got different characters, different realms, different stories that people have made. And if he really wants to be spicy, he can literally make his own universe with his own creatures. So that's a whole bag of bucket to deal with too. And then of course you got legendary creatures.
I won't be that bad on the starter campaign to you, but you just wait. If y'all want to do this shit again, I'm gonna get real.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're gonna do it again. I'll just be honest here. And of course, some GMs have been known, or dungeon masters have been known to literally TKO the entire team within the first 2 campaigns, or campaign, like first round or first get together, because characters do something like he's gone, don't do it, and some people do it, and then they'll die. It's like, all right, well, start over. Great, you just made me kill all of you. Not exactly what I want to do, but it does happen.
Yeah.
And since I'm kind of new only by playing, I watch a lot, but I don't play a lot. So it's going to be still very much a new experience for me. I do ask a lot of questions because, well, I am ignorant and I don't really know the rules as a playing person. I know the rules by watching, but that's only by osmosis. Osmosis? Word for it. Like you live vicariously through another person. Is that osmosis?
That's not osmosis. That's shit. Now you done made me forget it.
My brain was going like that word.
Osmosis would be you like learning it through sleeping.
Well, okay. Well, I'm learning it through another person. Close enough. So, yes, I am looking forward to this. I don't know what character class I want to make yet. I don't want to be something too complicated. I think I'm going to probably play a wizard. Like, I think I just play a wizard because...
I don't know. Stealthy still got to build her character, too. I think that's why she was asking me about where the box set is. I got it put up, and the problem is I put it up so it get messed up, and now I don't remember where the hell I put it.
Oh God, I wish about she has it right now. She's not going through. She should be a rogue. Just saying.
Listen, the next time we do this, though, I think we're gonna do like a random number generator to see who ends up as DM. But can you imagine Stealthy as DM?
Oh, God.
No, you're all smited, you die.
No,
you looked at the puppy and you didn't pet it. You die with hellflame.
The dog turns into a demon hellhound. You're level 5. It's a level 20. Good luck.
Listen. I watched enough Supernatural to know if it turns into a damn demon hellhound, I'm getting some gopher dust and I'm standing in a circle. The rest of you bitches can run. I'm gonna be good.
See, that's one of the things I know some people have in campaigns. When people have like a large knowledge of the game and they say that they're GMs, it's really hard to go and tell yourself while you're a player going, I know nothing. I know nothing. I know nothing. I have no idea about this world. I'm completely new to this world. I don't know what that is. I don't know what it does. I don't know how much health it has. And then going, all right, I'm not supposed to look at it. Wait, I don't know that. Shit. It's really hard to tell yourself when someone comes up in a game like this, if you're a person that played it for so long, you start learning everything and you're going, when you're the one playing it, right? You're not the one presenting it. Then again, you are playing it. You are playing it. You're literally playing every single villain in the game and good guy. But we're just playing like the people that they're stupid, don't know nothing, blinders, don't look anywhere else, and we're supposed to believe that we don't know nothing at all. If we're a person that's been doing this for 5 to 10 years, it's gonna be hard for me. I'm like, everything's new to me. Let's go. Except for one creature. There's one creature that apparently if you look at him, it'll turn you to stone. That's what I'm talking about. I know that one. That one's like one of the few I know about. Dragons, I think they're pretty much a standard bog, but a lot of other things, I really don't know what they do. I just enjoyed like the story and the comic and some combat, but
right.
I'm looking forward to it and I'm hoping we get into it. All right. So, speaking of getting into it, let's get into the next topic. All right. Last one for me would be, back to Twitch, and Twitch is now, as the CEO has stated that he will now be allowing, or as they're quoting here, Twitch CEO says he's open to giving permaban streamers another chance. And my thoughts on this are, is Twitch scared of other platforms taking the limelight of streamers, or taking streamers that are being permanent banned and they're moving to other platforms to start their career from over there, and Twitch is going, well, we're losing out on some of our maybe more controversial, but our grasp on viewers. That's what my thoughts are, because they have been banning a lot of big name streamers, which some of them might be rightfully so or justifiably so, but it seems as oddly timed that a lot of viewers are now going to other platforms now, and Twitch is going, let's get them back. Let's say they're no longer permanently banned.
Well, see, my viewpoint is I don't even think it's as far as them worrying about losing them per se to other platforms like that. I just think that Twitch is hurting for money in general.
Mm-hmm.
This might not even be a let's keep them from going to somewhere else. This might be a hey, the bank's getting thin. We need more money. Let's bring them back type of situation. I don't know. I feel I have mixed opinions when it comes to this particular topic, and the reason I have mixed opinions is the fact that that they were permanently banned for a reason.
Yes.
You know, and if you start giving passes to these people to come back, are you truly enforcing the rules that you set down?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I mean, I get that it's a new manager, right? And I get that they're wanting to do things their way. And that's good for them. But is it good for the company? Because when you look at it from a company standpoint, it doesn't matter who the fuck the CEO is. The company existed before this new CEO. The company voted and set a rule in place to ban these people. By going and overturning that, you're making it look like the company doesn't give a shit.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
So while yes, it may look good for you because you bring them back and they start bringing in more revenue, it doesn't look good for the company because all those people that disliked what they were doing and caused them to be banned are going, what the fuck? So what I did didn't really matter anyway.
Yeah, they do sound like hypocrites. Yes, and I don't want them to bring back people that are maybe having a little bit more of unnecessary drama. Everybody here knows, everybody knows, I don't like drama. I don't like starting fights. I don't like getting into it. I like talking stuff out. But some people just push the boundary of people's buttons, and some community out there are essentially they're almost congregating in just bad behavior. Trolls and maybe some racist stuff and unappropriate things being said in the community, and the streamer doesn't do very much about it. I don't very much appreciate that. I believe if you bring that kind of stuff into a platform, it brings everybody else down.
Agreed.
And if you allow them to come back, well, under what stimulations are they coming back? Are they coming back with like, okay, all has been forgiven. You may go, my son. Go, be a better man. Or you'd come back and be like, okay, you're coming back. Just let you know, you're on pins and needles already. You're already in our bucket list here of people to get rid of again, if necessary. Like,
Yeah.
are they just going, okay, well, we just want you back because your community and you made us a lot of money. And that is, and let's be a lot of people's words. A lot of people are going to state that. A lot of people are going to say that.
Yeah.
I can already guarantee it. People's like, oh, they're only bringing them back because they made a lot of money, and Twitch is hammering money now, so they're bringing them back. Well,
I mean, we've already thought it. You
yes.
can't tell me you didn't think the same thing when you read it.
Yeah. Like, is this a money thing, or is this to actually help the community? And I'm always one to say, maybe Twitch should invest their money into other people. And not just people that agree with Twitch's opinions. No. I'm not trying to say that at all. I'm just saying, just invest it into people that are not trying to start shit. But at the same time, allow people to have their opinions, because as soon as they're not allowed to have their opinions, they will move elsewhere.
Right. That's agreed.
And I don't think that's a bad thing. Why do we have to keep a circle of streamers that only have your ideas in mind or your opinions in mind, or a certain amount of streamers that have been here since the dawn of time, and like that can never be made new? Like that, we can never find new talent. There's new talent every single day. You cannot tell me that you cannot find new people to fill in that role. And
you can.
I'm not saying I'm Twitch's new spokesperson or poster boy, But I've been doing this long enough. I think I know what it takes to be on this platform. Doesn't mean I will tick everybody's box going, this guy is a great streamer and we should all go subscribe to my
Right.
channel. But I think I
I agree.
have.
I agree with that. I would agree with the fact that if they're going to allow some people to come back, there needs to be some kind of heavy screening process before they're allowed back.
Mhm.
We need to look at what they did that got them banned, and
Mhm.
how many times they broke that rule
Yes.
before we say yes. Because let's say you were banned. This is just a bullshit reason, but let's say you were banned because bald people aren't allowed, right?
Yes.
But you only done it one time. All the rest of the times you wore a wig, right?
Mhm.
I'm more likely to let you back. However, if you break that rule 4, 5, 6, 7 fucking times, you're like 1 day, 2 day ban 4, 5, or 6, 7 times for the same fucking offense, and then we finally perma banned you. Those people I wouldn't let back in because they've already showed a pattern of behavior saying that they're gonna do it again.
Yes. And uh doesn't matter what they will say, and they will still do it. And I don't really know. Now there's some people out there that a lot of people in the community have said was unjustifiably permanent bans, which I don't hold them into water. But there's also some streamers, and I'll say this as a big name, because a lot of people knew of this gentleman, and he did have a bit of a checkered past, but it was a checkered past of his own making that had nothing to do with his Twitch channel, but all but himself and his wife. This guy was known as Dr. Disrespect. He was one of the biggest streamers on Twitch. He was definitely one of those channels that if you would go there, a lot of people would call you a fuckboy because this guy had had no respect for anybody. But there was a character he was playing, and he openly admitted it and then came out and had an affair on his wife. But that was of his own making. But Twitch banned him with no warning, no telling what he did. Just one day, just ban him, permanently ban him, all gone. Well, he's kind of sued Twitch. They came to a settlement, and everything was like, okay, I'm done. Settlement's over. We're over. They unjustifiably sued me, but he was permanently banned from Twitch. Should someone like that, even though he himself has playing a character that is a toxic person, and he did something bad in his personal life, should someone like that be allowed to a platform where there's a number of ages all on the channel?
See, I look at it like this. So, if he's playing a toxic character,
Mm-hmm.
they know that he's playing a toxic character. That's his stick. That's what he does. That's one thing. But if real life events bleed into your channel
Mm-hmm.
that can affect your viewers, then we need to look at that. Because I mean, let's say for instance, I'm playing the nicest, sweetest person on Twitch you can find. Always caring, always giving, always happy, communicative with my community. I'm always doing fundraisers and events for them and stuff. But then it leaks into my channel that I beat the snot out of somebody for no apparent reason.
Mm.
Now, granted, that was in my personal life, but now it's bled into my channel. Do you want that stigma on your platform?
Mm.
Do you want ages 0 to 86 to be able to know that, yes, he's a sweet guy on Twitch, but he beats the shit out of people for no apparent reason, but we leave him on here?
Yes.
Knowing that he does this, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So it's one of those things where, yes, it's happened in my personal life. Yes, it's my personal business. It wasn't during my stream or wasn't during my Twitch character, but it still affects my channel,
Mm-hmm.
which then affects the platform
Yes.
and affects the viewers. And you have to look at it and say, I get it, dude. I know you feel slighted because it was something that happened in your personal life and it didn't have anything technically to do with your channel, but it did affect your channel, and we can't allow those effects to go across the board.
Yeah. But no one really knows what he was banned for. It was just one of the things that he was during his streaming career that he was found out that had happened with another lady that might have been his viewer. We're not entirely sure. But I am a mind of redemption. I believe everybody should have a redemption. Everybody should have a chance of making better for themselves. But at that same time,
but again, we're adults.
Yeah.
We're adults. We can distinguish between, oh, he fucked up one time, give him another chance. Children can't do that.
Mm-hmm.
Or let me correct that. It's not that they can't. They don't know how to yet unless they're taught.
Yes.
So what that boils down to is do you want that in front of them?
Yes.
Before they're prepared.
Yeah. So I would say give some people back some chances, but if they were toxic, they continue being toxic, remove them again. Don't let this be a situation where it was just the bans were so bad you have to permanently ban them, but we're still gonna take you back anyways. Find the ones that have a little less of a real reason to be banned and bring them back first and slowly implement it. Slowly go from your least offenders to your worst offenders, and then start wrapping up rules, because if your least offenders are bad, your worst offenders are gonna be worse. But don't do it for money. And if they don't want to come back, like you can hey, you're no longer permanently banned. They don't come back. Oh well.
Whatever. All right. So you ready for my last topic?
All right, last topic. All right, yes, this one. Hard drive. Okay. This is a personal thing for me. I want to know about this.
I'm gonna let me see. Let me grab this link. Okay. All right. So this piece of software, you install it on your computer. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
If you can get your drive to recognize on your computer,
just recognize,
even if it doesn't see the data on the drive, you understand?
Mm-hmm.
If you can get it to recognize on your computer, you load this software up, you browse to this drive, set it to do its job, and it may take a damn day. Okay.
Okay.
But what it does is scan sector by sector, milliliter, or little bitty spaces by little bitty spaces,
Mm-hmm.
for all the files that were on here. Okay. What it'll do is create a directory list. It's not very big. This was a 3 terabyte drive.
Ooh, 3 terabytes? God dang.
This was a 3 terabyte drive. The directory list ended up being something like 15 gigs.
Okay.
Okay. The reason it makes the directory list is because it notes where the data was found, the different parts of the data was found on the disk,
Mm-hmm.
in this, for lack of a better term, text file.
Okay.
So that when it finishes scanning, presents you with the list of all the stuff that it did find that you can recover,
Mm-hmm.
and you click on it and say recover, it looks at that directory file and says, I found that there. Let me grab it. Where do you want me to put it? You want it over here? I'll put it over here so you can recover it.
Okay.
Completely free to use tool.
What's the name of this tool?
It's called R Linux.
R Linux, like the
recovery Linux. R Linux,
like the Apple Linux, or
no. Apple is not Linux.
I thought
Apple is iOS.
I thought they're
Linux like Ubuntu.
Yeah, that like
Linux
that.
like stuff like that. Yes.
Okay.
Linux. This was created by Unix/Linux users.
Okay.
For this reason, it was originally only able to be used with Linux machines that are running Linux OSs and Linux data files and such as that. But they have since revised it to where it will work on Windows.
Okay, so if anybody out there, this is the reason why we were interested in this, or at least he was, and I am. Most computers nowadays start putting SSDs in it, which are chip based, but it's
Yeah.
still a lot. A lot of the large storage hard drives out there are still disk based, which are spinning disks that fly spin around very fast with a little tiny little arm that reads all the data in different locations. And once those things, either like the lubrications inside of it dies, it gets vibrated too much.
I was wrong. This was a 4 terabyte drive. It only had 3 terabytes on it.
Okay, so he didn't get filled up yet.
No.
And then it could easily just one day just stop spinning because of motor or whatever. But if you get your hard drive to at least pick up, your computer can see it. Though you cannot access the
So,
information on it, this program should be able to pull the information off of it what it can find.
okay. So let me give you the scenario so you understand how this happened.
Mm-hmm.
Prior to me having the current NAS that I have, I had a 4 terabyte Seagate Central NAS. That's
Mm-hmm.
what this drive was. It was in a little unit that plugged into the network. It was accessed that way. On that unit, I kept some media files and some personal documents. Well, when I built this NAS, I moved all the media files to the NAS.
Okay.
But because this one was still functioning, I left a lot of the personal documents, around about 800 gigs of them, on this drive. Well, I got up one morning and guess what? I couldn't access this drive. I couldn't find the NAS on the network anywhere.
Nope.
And this has sensitive data on it.
Mm.
Shit that you don't want to lose.
Yeah.
So I tried a few different times to reset it, to get it pulled back up on the network, would not do it for nothing. Ended up taking it to work and pulling it apart and getting the drive out of it. Now, I got lucky that when I pulled the drive out of it, and at work I have a dock here, I have a cable.
Yeah.
That when I plugged it into the dock, even though it didn't see any of the data on it, it did come up to where the computer realized there is a drive here.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So once I knew there was a drive here, I installed this software, let it do its scan and create its paging file.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was able to literally browse and find the data that was missing, that was sensitive, that I wanted.
Yeah.
And move it to another drive with this software.
So, like, let's say he has some like family photos you've been having for a long
Family
time.
photos. Let's say if you're one of those people that want multiple copies of like deeds to your house,
Mm-hmm.
you know, you keep a copy in a safe, you have a copy where on hand, and then you want a digital copy in case the house was to catch on fire or something and you need it to prove insurance or whatever. Digital copy was living here. Okay. Well, that's sensitive data. I can't access it anymore. 9 times out of 10, when a drive stops reading data, it will still be recognized by a computer that it's a drive and it's there. You just can't get to the data.
Mm-hmm.
So in that event, they wrote this software for that very reason.
Yes.
So now a little trick, just so you know, if you ever have a drive like this and you plug it up and it powers on, but it's ticking.
Yeah.
And it's not reading data, wrap it in a paper towel, throw it in the freezer for 15 minutes.
Okay.
Pull it back out. It's a last ditch effort, but what will happen sometimes is freezing the drive will shrink the disk. And when you plug it back up, it will allow that arm that was sitting there ticking against the side of it because the disk was swollen,
Yeah.
to go back across it again until it heats up. So if you're quick, you can still get your data back.
Yeah, you gotta be quick though. That
But
cooling phase doesn't last long.
no.
So yeah, I've had hard drives tick. I have hard drives like spin up. You hear the I'm like, motherfucker. I'm like, well, good thing there was nothing really, really important on these hard drives. I normally I would do is just take the son of a gun apart, get the disc out, scratch the hell out of them, and maybe use them as a coaster because I knew I didn't want no one to get any information off any of those things, and I'd just recycle the rest of it.
If you've got a drill bit, run a drill bit through like 2 or 3 different sections of that platter.
Mm-hmm.
They won't be getting shit. Or if you really want to fuck it up, just get you a good strong magnet and rub it all over that disc.
Yeah. So yeah, I would say if you can't get the data off of it, be sure to destroy that thing because if that's some information on there you don't want to be shared, or you don't want anybody to have finding a way of like tracking your credit card number through it somehow through a browser source that's still on there or something like that. There's people have a will, they have a way. Destroy those things. But it's nice to have a way of recovering, even if it's but a short window. I would recover.
There's a few other softwares that I'll go over with you at a later date, but for like instance, if you have a drive that's still perfectly fine, but you want to make damn sure when you format it that nobody can ever recover the data, I know software that will, Department of the Defense wipe that shit kind of stuff.
Like a disk wipe.
Oh, it's not just a disk wipe. A normal disk wipe, I can recover that shit with my eyes closed. Okay? This shit is like the Department of Defense has a protocol. And it runs different types of wipes. And it does the wipes more than once.
Okay.
To make damn sure when it's done, you can't get it back. The software I'm talking about can go all the way up to DOT wiping, and it's free.
There's some people out there that are like real schizophrenic, like I can't let no one see. I can see those people. All right. Anyways, so yeah, that's it for this week. Thank you for those who are here. AJ, thank you for stopping by. For those watching the VOD, be sure to hit the like button. Leave your thoughts down below with any of the topic pieces you thought of, and give us all your opinions. And of course, if you have any new topic pieces you want us to talk about, videos or reviews on videos, let us know down below. Be sure to let me know. Be sure to like, share, and help me get our name around. We're getting closer to 200, and every day we get better. But as always, have a good day, have a good night, have a good life. Much love, y'all.
Bye, guys. Bye.